Hey there my lovelies, and welcome to my booktube channel, The Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today I'm going to talk about my August to be read. And as some of you might have already noticed, the books in the bookshelf on my left side are a little bit, out of line. And that's because one of the books I'm going to read is next to me. And well, I think we'll just start, okay? So the first book I want to read in August is Now I Rise by Kirsten White. And this is already book 2 in a trilogy. I've read And I Darken, the first book, a couple of months ago, and it was actually pretty good. I mean, there are some historical facts that are mixed with fiction. So if you read this book and this book series and think that this is going to be a historical book and that it's going to hold to the historical facts, then you will be on the wrong track. Because there are some historical figures that actually existed and are namely mentioned in the book, but everything around them, the entire plot and storyline, is fictional. So you might say Kirsten White kind of borrowed real people and real historical people and made up a story with them. So keeping that in mind, you will enjoy the first book. If you expect something totally historical accurate, you will most likely be disappointed. Just a fair warning. And the first book was pretty great. For me, it was good because it had a lot of court intrigues, and I love court intrigues, as you all know. And Lada was such a strong female character and lead. I loved Radu as well because Radu is he's a precious cinnamon roll and he is really a nice character, even though I gotta admit that all of those three characters are pretty morally grey. I mean, Mehmet is super morally grey, Lada is extremely morally grey, and Radu is probably the most kind of them all, but still a rather grey character. So if you like things like that, you can't go wrong with the first book. The second book, however, is going to be super interesting because after the ending of the first book, I'm very, very curious where this story is heading. I mean, the first book was a little bit slow in the pacing, so the story builds up and you get to know the characters. And this series is definitely character driven, so I'm pretty certain the second book will be very character driven as well. But personally, I am here for the characters, so I don't mind. And yeah, I have no idea what the second book is about. I always start my videos not knowing what the books are about I'm going to read. That's pretty bad, right? So I basically have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't tell anyone. Okay, this said, I'll just read the blurb of this book. After failing to secure the Wallachian throne, Lada Dracul is out to punish anyone who dares to cross her bloodstained path. But brute force isn't getting Lada what she wants, and thinking of Mehmet brings little comfort to her thorny heart. There's no time to wonder whether he still thinks about her, even loves her. She left him before he could leave her. What Lada needs is her younger brother Radu's subtlety and skill, but Mehmet has sent him to Constantinople, and it's no diplomatic mission. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. So this is going to be interesting. I can't wait to dive into this because I love the characters and boy, the longing in the first book was really quite something. So I'm pretty certain the second book will deliver at that front too, and I can't wait to find out how this is going to continue. That story had me really intrigued in the first book, and I only heard that it's getting better and better with each and every book, so I'm ready. I'm totally ready. And the second book I'm going to read in August is Rule of Wolves. And yes, this is the second book in the King of Scars duology, and I can't wait to read it. I mean, I recently read King of Scars, which is Nikolai Lantsov's book, and we all know that Nikolai Lantsov is great. I adore this man. He's probably the best thing about the Grisha trilogy, and he got his own duology. So I was really thrilled to read the first book, King of Scars, and it was really great, but it was pretty slow. It took a lot of world building, and we got to know new characters and an entirely different cast. So, not entirely different. Some of the characters were the same, but I don't know, if I had to summarize the first book in a couple of words, I would say that it was an introduction into the series, and that the world was built and the entire plot was set up. So it only got really interesting in the about last third of the first book, and I really hope that in here there's going to be more action and especially more of Zoya and Nikolai, because those two, their conversations kept me going through King of Scars. Not gonna lie, those two are marvelous. I love them so much, and they both can give each other such a run for their money, and I really want to see more of them in this book. And well, King of Scars left me kind of, I don't know, mind blown. There were so many things that happened at the ending of that first book that I closed the book, and my facial expression must have been like, okay. So yes, I'm very pumped to read this. I'm ready to read this, and I'm also pretty interested in which kind of direction Nina's story is going to head. Not entirely sure if I'm fully on that ship, but we'll find out and see. So yes, Rule of Wolves, the second book I'm going to read in August. And just to show you those two books again, I actually recently ordered this one. I think I also mentioned that when I made my bookshelf tour. So yes, those are the two books I'm going to read in August. And well, there's nothing left to say. I hope you're still healthy and safe. I hope you take care, especially now that a lot of countries seem to have a new increase of COVID cases. So please take care and try to stay healthy and safe. You get a finger hug from me, as always. And I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to talk about those two books and about your opinion about Nikolai and Zoya, or about Lada and Radu, you can always do that in the comments down below. And well, see you around the next time. Bye!